So what is your workshop about? Let's start there.
Okay, obviously motion capture and performance capture is becoming a much bigger thing. Like every year it's becoming, it's just being brought into so many productions, both film and video games and television. And naturally the people that are expected to work with this motion capture data are animators. Some animators, you know, they don't want to, they want to do keyframe. Others are a little bit, you know, afraid of it because they don't really understand it. And some of them stick around and they do work with it, but they don't really necessarily know exactly what to do with it. I find that there's a lot of animators are just trying to animate on top of motion capture data when in reality it's kind of a very different mindset. It's just they have to sort of reconfigure their approach.
Right.
So I really want to give them some tools. I want to open their minds to the basic concepts of getting up and running with software like Motion Builder. That's the first thing I need to do, just to get them up and running. Because I don't want to turn it into a Motion Builder class, because that's obviously not what we wanted to do.
Yeah, we're artists. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's obviously essential to know a little bit how to hold a pencil, and that's what I want to just get off the bat, right off the bat. After that, I want to walk through what kind of things they need to actually sort of deal with, like right from the delivery of the data to like what do I need to do right when I get it, and what are the things I want to do to improve it. Yeah. And I want to sort of touch on both gameplay as well as cinematics.
Awesome. One thing that we've been talking about, I'm really excited, is anatomy of an action.
Yes.
Can you briefly just tease us? Don't give us too much, just kind of, what is it?
Well, I've been teaching animation for a really long time, and it's funny because I often tell people the reason why I really love teaching animation is because it makes me a better animator. And it does so because I need to find ways of articulating and organizing information and workflows in my head so that I can teach people. And one of these things, one of these articulations and one of these sort of organizations was this concept called anatomy of an action. I came up with it years ago, a way to teach people how to find good poses, how to break down an act, the mechanics, the biomechanics, and the timing and the cadence of an action. What are my golden poses? What makes a golden pose or an extreme pose an extreme pose? How to find them and how to get them in your scene right away. I want to teach people ways of harnessing that data in a more animation-centric way.
Nice. So Rich Lico, who's also an instructor, art lead at Bungie, he talks how that motion capture had helped him learn animation, learn mechanics.
That's a really interesting observation, and it makes so much sense because I mean, animators traditionally have learned by watching a lot of, you're an animator as well, so I mean, we spend a lot of time creeping at malls, you know, people watching, getting arrested by security. We do a lot of that, right? Or we probably watch a lot of YouTube, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're doing a lot of watching videos and watching people all the time.
Right.
You know, I get asked all the time, how do you get better at timing? You watch, you know, you used to be able to carry on a stopwatch. Now it's a little easier. You have an iPhone on you, probably just videotape something and just analyze it, you know, break it down. What better reference than motion capture? And honestly, if you're working with motion capture all the time, it's just by being around it and looking at it and seeing it in 3 dimensions and kind of deconstructing it in your mind, you're gonna start realizing and becoming more aware of what it takes for emotion to occur. So I just think it makes perfect sense.
Well, I think it brings 2 things. It gives you a great tool set for learning, because you're going to be studying the motion and everything. And then the second tool set is going to make you more valuable as an animator, because now regardless if it's games or films, what you're going to be teaching, they can use it in any studio.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. I think that if it's just for reference, or if it's because you've been asked to work with motion capture / performance capture data, no matter what it is, I want to sort of bring this into people's lives, so they rather than being kind of like, what is that? I want them to warm up to it and realize and embrace it. Exactly. In whatever way they want to embrace it in some way, right?
All right. Well, awesome. I thank you.
Absolutely.
See you in September.
I will see you all in September.
Watch out, people. Here we come.